coming out of the museum right over here, and I have my hands full of, the event was over, and I had my hand full of all the hand-me-outs and the signs and all the.
What were you speaking about that night?
We have an annual event every single year, the 6th of the month of Cheshvan, which is the day that Maimonides ascended to Temple Mount.
Okay.
This year is 850 years.
850 years.
So we for the past 7 years we've been marking it every single year.
Wow.
So we had an annual conference over here. I'm carrying the stuff in my hands. And I walked. My wife's standing here with the car. I open the back of the car. I put the stuff in the car.
And everybody else is pretty well gone because
everybody's gone.
Because you spoke.
Right. I organized.
It's your event.
I organized the event. It's my event.
It's your event. Right.
So the mingling was over.
Right.
The event was over at 9:30.
Right.
Now we're talking about 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
I know exactly 10:04 actually it happened.
Wow.
So I'm walking out of there.
Got your hands full of stuff.
Half of my stuff. I have 2 people walking to each one. 3 actually. I had a male friend, a female friend, and another tour guide who was asking me questions. We walked to the car. I wanted to introduce the tour guide to my wife. My wife was on the phone. So she said, okay, I'll some other time, and the tour guide walked away.
Okay.
So the 2 of us, and my wife in the car.
Your wife's already in the car waiting.
I opened the back of the door. My wife's talking on the phone with a friend of hers. I put the stuff in there, and I turn around, and I see the motorcycle coming right down.
So it came down the street. So it came
Actually,
right down the street.
What we know for sure, he was hiding. Right, you see that fence over there?
So he planned. He was waiting for you.
Yeah, he worked here. He usually finishes at 10 p.m.
Okay.
He has to leave early. He left at 9:20.
Okay.
And
he's hiding up there. He knows your car's here.
He knows I'm here. He's hiding over there, and he can see from there the entrance to the museum.
Okay.
He's waiting for me to come out.
Yep.
When I come out, he comes down with the motorcycle. He approaches me, and he says to me, "Ani mitztaer, I'm sorry." And I said, "Who are you? What?" The guy has a helmet. I don't know the guy who's Jewish.
You don't know who he is.
No, and I know nothing about it. And I get closer to him, and I say to him, "What happened? What are you sorry about?" And he says to me, "You're an enemy of Al-Aqsa." Boom, 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 boom. He shoots me. Less than, like we're
just
standing.
like this.
Like we're standing. Exactly. That's exactly.
And you didn't have a chance to even react.
Nothing. He shot 4 bullets.
Boom, boom, boom. And you didn't fall then. You took off running.
Right. And not only that I didn't fall, I didn't have any pain.
Wow.
One of the bullets, one of the bullets went right up into there. That's 1 bullet.
Okay.
Came out through there.
Came out right there.
You see it?
Yep, I see it.
It went in from there, came out to there.
Yep.
And the other 3 went into my hand was like this. So the other 3
you put your hand over the heart first thing.
No, my hand was like this.
Just kind of there anyway.
Maybe I was holding my cell phone. I don't know exactly. I had a cell phone in my hand.
Okay.
So now I saw my hand like fall and bend into half. Actually bent into half.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw myself bleeding, but I had no pain at all. And I started running, and I actually run all the way to here. The wall.
So you were trying to just run away.
I tried to run away. They ran all the way to there.
Yeah, the other 2 helpers ran away.
They ran there. I fell down over here. Actually, probably of this wall over here. But I broke my shoulder from the fall on the wall.
Okay.
I fell down here.
Fell against the wall. And your wife's in the car. She ducks down.
She hid under the steering wheel because she's sure that she's next online.
Yeah, of course. She would have been.
What the only thing she does, she's in the middle of a phone call with a friend of hers. She just says, "They just shot Yehudah. Please call an ambulance and call the police."
Wow.
And she hung up. They ran over there. Then he rode away. He flew away. They ran back to me, and they see me. I'm on the floor, pale.
Right.
And the guy Shai says to Maria, he says to her, "Listen, we just witnessed a murder. Go, you take care of the wife."
Right.
And he comes over to me, and I'm lying on the floor, and I still hear this. And he says to me,
you're
I'm still conscious.
But you can hear, but you can't
I'm totally
really
conscious.
move.
I'm totally conscious. I could even move. I tried to, when I laid down, I thought I had control of myself. Apparently I didn't. But I didn't realize how severe my situation was.
Right.
I just saw myself bleeding from here, and I said, if I'm bleeding from here, I better be in rest.
Right.
And I tried to lie down, and I fell to the floor.
Yep.
And then he says to me, "Rabbi Yehudah, don't go. We need you." When he said that, I understand. Oh my God! I guess my situation is more serious.
Right.
That was the last thing I remember.
Then you kind of went out.
Then I pretty much went out. Apparently I didn't, because the ambulance came here within seconds.
Yeah.
And the driver told me, he spoke to me.
Yep.
And I was speaking to him in English.
Yeah.
But then when I got to the hospital, I was already out. But the ambulance got here so fast, according to what we know, according to the minutes we checked, from the moment I was shot till the moment I'm already lying in the emergency room of the Shari Tzedek Hospital, it's 13 minutes.
That's unbelievable.
Now, he was driving.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
And it's later in the evening, so it's not as much traffic. He was going.
He flew. He came from there, and he drove over back.
And got you there in 13 minutes.
13 minutes from the moment I was shot. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And that was.
It was the hand of God. I mean, let's.
Look, you have to understand. In the history of the people of the state of Israel, there have been terror attacks.
Yes.
But attempts to assassinate people have always concluded with success. So, quote no quote. I mean, success in the eyes of the assassin. On the only case, I mean, we had Rabbi Kahana, we had Minister Ze'evi. On the other hand, we had Rabin. These are assassination. Assassination when the person comes, he knows who's he coming to.
And he does it. And he kills him.
And I'm the only case where there was an attempt to assassinate somebody, and here I am.
Well, you've got a calling, you know.
He picked me up. He kissed me, he hugged me, and he said, Yehudah, your mission's not over. You got to go in. And that evening, the guy was already dead. 4 a.m.
They already hunted him down.
They came to his house, they knocked on the door, and he understands what's going on.
Right.
He ran to the roof to shoot at them. He shot one shot. He didn't know that already on the roof waiting for him 4 other guys. And they erased him that moment. At 4 o'clock a.m. he was already gone. But not only that, you have to understand. His attempt was to erase me and my activity.
Yes.
Not only did he not erase my activity, what he did was probably the biggest thing that was ever done in the past 5 years for
to actually elevate.
How would I have ever met Paul Begley if not for him? Okay.
And I probably would have never met you either. Okay, that's obvious.
Ever since then, you have no idea. Even now, these days, Prime Minister Netanyahu speaks about Temple Mount in the United Nations. He's speaking. It's
everywhere.
It's all over now. Everybody's talking about. That's the topic.
It's one of the top things that people write me and call me about discussions about. And they know, when I interviewed you with the YouTube earlier in May, and it's just been unbelievable. What else? What's happening? Because you guys announced the Heritage Foundation. You guys announced the Red Heifer Project.
Yeah, that's the Temple Institute.
And we can go inside and sit down and talk about all those things. I think this because you went to another whole level now.
Yeah, now we're in total level. But now we're actually our major thing right now. We're doing a day of praise to God on the 18th of October, marking exactly 1 year, and we said we're gonna have our next annual conference at the same place. Nobody's gonna
stop it. You're standing up against the evil
with
the Lord, and you're just letting Him have all the glory.
It's unbelievable. Amen. So that's what we're having.